Well, here we are back at the beehive again today. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, come back from the future. You've got to take them and show them your orchard. They're sick of looking at your damn bees. Take them and show them the orchard. I don't know where the hell that came from, but I guess we're going to have a look at the orchard. Come on, go for a walk. It has been a while since we've had a look through our fruit trees. The last time we were in here, there was probably tiny trees growing in amongst all the native wattles and eucalypts. Things have changed a bit since then. We've actually gone through and removed all the native trees, and one by one we've got rid of the stumps as well. Burning the stumps out is a great way to relax and enjoy the end of the day. We've got over 60 trees in here now, which would take a long time to look through. So I'll just give you a bit of a quick overview of what we've got going on here and maybe look at one or two of the trees. Our orchard's on a bit of a slope and our soil is a terrible mix of rock, gravel and a bit of clay. So when it rains, the water just tends to run straight off and it doesn't really soak in much. So we marked our rows out with a laser level so that they'd follow the contour of the slope. Then we mulch the rows. That way it should catch a lot more of the rain as well as the nutrients that run off with it, because we do run our chicken tractors up and down the rows as well. With mulch being such an important part of making our orchard work, we've brought in loads of mulch hay, as well as growing grasses in between our main trees, like this 10-foot tall banner grass and the common lemongrass. They contribute to the soil organic matter and they make use of the space between our trees while they're still small. One tree that you might not see often, and one that probably shouldn't be growing here because it's sensitive to frost, is the cinnamon tree. The cinnamon sticks actually come from the bark of 2-year-old branches. It's peeled off the branch and then goes through a drying process where the bark curls into the rolls that we all know. This one is the true cinnamon, not the inferior cassia cinnamon that you'll usually find in the supermarket. In one of my earlier videos, I cut down that big ironbark up there. And one of our plants that almost got squished was this one, the Malabar chestnut, or monkey nut. China's monkey nut escaped by the skin of its teeth by the look of it. I call it China's monkey nut after the bloke who gave us the plant. It's flowering for the first time this year, so hopefully it won't be too long and we'll get to try some. This one's probably one of our favourite little fruit trees. It's the peanut butter fruit. Gets little fruits on it, probably about an inch long. And they've got a nutty flavour and texture a lot like peanut butter. I don't really think they taste like peanut butter, but they taste nutty enough that if you tell somebody it's peanut butter fruit, they'll taste it and they'll say, yeah, that tastes just like peanut butter. But they're really delicious. We enjoy them. This tree here is a Japoticaba, and they're not rare by any means. Very delicious little fruit, but this particular tree would be about 20 years old. It spent probably the first 15 years of its life in a pot. I dug it out of the ground from my grandparents' farm when it was getting sold, and I carted it around everywhere in a pot for a long time. And yeah, it's finally in the ground and it gives us a few crops of fruit every year. Another one of our favourites. Beside that, we have one of our Australian native bee stands, and if you look through the back you'll see another one there. And that plant growing beside is a nutmeg plant. It's just another one of the in-between plants that's grown for the bees, in full flower at the moment. I think it's also known as the misty plume. As you can see, it's very popular with our native bees as well as a lot of other pollinators. I've got a few more tropical trees here. The abui and the achar are two of them, and they've never done very well here. I think it's a combination of our climate and our really crappy soil, but you know, we baby them along and they continue to grow, so we are hopeful that they'll settle in and yeah, we'll get some fruit off them. But not as bad as this little fella up here. We've never had much luck with this. I believe this is pronounced Quayamuck or something along those lines. And it's another tropical one. And we did have one that was sort of, it was reasonably established and growing pretty good. We had a little bit of a mishap when we were burning one of the stumps out here, and we set out this whole row on fire. and it never recovered from that. And we've tried 2 other ones since then, and neither of them have done any good. Well, that'll probably do for our walk around today. There's plenty more cool things in there, but we'll come back another day and have a look at those. We're still trying to make room in there to add a few more things, but we'll see how we go with that. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.